Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Inside the One podcast with my man Jeffrey. How you doing, sir?
What's going on, guys?
All right. So today, that's a really nice intro, Jeff. I'm sure the fans really appreciated that.
They know. They know.
So today, guys, we're starting our series that we're going to basically be doing for the rest of the off season, leading up to the preseason stuff. And that's basically every single week we're going to break down one division every week, talk about it, just kind of just filling the space, to be honest, because there's nothing to do until the preseason starts. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So today we're doing the AFC East. We'll talk about those teams. But first, as usual, we're going to go over some weekly, news in the NFL. But before we do that, you guys got to subscribe. Click the button right down there, red button. Takes 2 seconds.
Come on,
helps
guys.
the boys out. Smash the like button. You guys are doing a pretty good job at smashing the like button, not going to lie. But it just helps us get onto the algorithm, helps new people find it. This is a new channel. We need some help, okay? Yeah, anything you want to say before we start, my friend?
Yeah, guys, just sub if you haven't already. Definitely need some help. New channel, so it's just like it's hard getting out there. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this little, program that we're going to be doing. We're just going to be going over every single division and talking about the state of each team. So I'm really excited to go over those things with you guys.
Yes, sir. So, like I said, before we do that, we'll just get into some of the news from the week. First of all, Todd Gurley visits the Lions. Doesn't sign yet, but he does visit the Lions, potentially reuniting with Jared Goff. And, I don't like that because I said DeAndre Swift was going to have a nasty season. But he probably still will because Todd Gurley's only going to play half the games because he can't stay healthy, which is a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
It's just crazy how he fell off after being great for like a season or two. Like, how do you go from being possibly the best running back in the at least the NFC, and then you just go to the point where you're not even successful in the Falcons?
Yeah, and the Rams like came down with him. It was like they were in the Super Bowl. The season of Todd Gurley was great.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt, and they just kind of slowly, as Todd Gurley went, the Rams went. It's a shame.
Well, because they relied on him so heavily, but now that they have Cam Akers, it's almost like
he made Goff look good.
Yeah.
He made Goff look really good, guys. I'm just saying. When you have a running back like that, you got a lot of receivers open. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bummer because you hate to see guys come in, be a star, and then have injuries kind of derail their shit. That's just unfortunate, I'd rather you come in and just not work hard enough and fail than to fail because your body gave up on you. That sucks.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of people that can take an injury like Adrian Peterson and just kind of come back full swing. It just doesn't happen,
real.
Especially when you're a running back. That's a position that gets beat up pretty badly. So, these guys' lifespans are pretty short to begin with, and then, he's just trying to... I like the perseverance of Todd. Like, he's not giving up. He's still trying to work out for these different teams and show that he still has something. But it sucks that he's not as good as he used to be.
Yeah, for sure. Janoris Jenkins had his Rolls Royce stolen from an airport
parking lot. He gets for leaving New Orleans, bro.
Ironically enough, the parking lot that it was stolen from was in Atlanta. That's just sounds about right. That's some Atlanta shit right there. Stealing a man's Rolls Royce.
I think that had something to do with, just the Saints and the Atlanta rivalry. I feel like there was probably like a Falcons fan was all like, you know what? Suck this, bro. And just straight up take that shit.
I think he parked his Rolls Royce in Atlanta, and that was the mistake.
What do you do with a Rolls Royce, though, if you steal
even
it?
If the Falcons, even if people in Atlanta don't know who you are, if they see your Rolls Royce, they're going to steal it. That's just how Atlanta works. Not everybody. Please don't, just...
Yeah.
Atlanta is known for not being one of the safest places in the world. Just saying.
What do you do with a Rolls Royce? Do you sell it? Do you keep it? Like, I'm just trying to figure out.
I think if you steal it, you got to sell it. Otherwise, they're going to find it.
Just paint it. Put some new rims on it. Disguise it.
Yeah, if I'm going through all that, I'm selling it. I'm getting paid.
You're gonna,
I'll drive my little rinky-dink Scion around with my $200,000 I just got, because that Rolls Royce is probably decked.
Oh yeah, dude.
Out.
Janoris, yeah, for sure.
Janoris Jenkins made some money in his day. Adam Vinatieri, who's been playing football since I feel like I was born.
Yeah, dude.
24 years almost. I was 3 years old. He's retiring finally. The NFL's all-time scoring leader. That might not ever get broken, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, play kicker for 24 years to break that record.
Yeah.
So good luck. And not only do you have to play kicker, but you got to make all the shit. I mean, he rarely had a bad season, maybe when he got a little bit older, but
yeah, like he's made more.
Nobody in NFL history, kicking-wise, has ever been more clutch than Adam Vinatieri, man. Adam Vinatieri gave Tom Brady like 3 of his rings.
True.
Just gave them to him. I think when they played McNabb's Eagles, that was one, I think. And then the Panthers with Jake Delhomme, I think that was another one. And if I'm not mistaken, the first Tom Brady Super Bowl, I can't remember who they played. Was it the Rams? I don't know.
I think it was the Rams, the first one, yeah.
Yeah, whenever who was the quarterback, dude? Bledsoe?
Drew Bledsoe?
Yeah, whenever he got hurt.
Yeah. And
Brady came in for that game. That was another one. He drove him down the field, and Vinatieri. So that was 3. So Vinatieri, not that Tom Brady didn't do anything, because obviously he had him in the game. I'm just saying, to win the game, it was on Vinatieri's leg, and he got 3 of them for Tom Brady. So that's crazy.
Not even just in general. Like, I mean, he's made more game-tying or go-ahead field goals in the last 2 minutes or overtime than any other kicker in the NFL history. Like, it's just like,
oh yeah,
he's just clutch when he needs to be clutch, and then even when the game is just a regular season game, he's just Mr. Reliable, man.
100%.
I was looking at something on Twitter where it's like, this is how long Adam Vinatieri has been a player, and it's like they showed, it's like it almost looked like pixelated, like it looked like it was like Nintendo 64, or it was bad. Like, I'm like, man, that's how old this guy is.
I saw that too. And it was like the Ravens weren't even in Baltimore yet.
Yeah, 96.
Or like it was their first season in Baltimore when he got drafted. That's great. And Tom Brady was like his sophomore at Michigan. That's wild.
Dude was old.
Everybody's like, man, Tom Brady is so old. Not as old as this motherfucking guy right here.
No.
How old is Vinatieri? 45?
He was 45, I think, yeah.
Jesus, kicker. I mean, if you're a kicker, bro, as long as your legs stay strong, you can play forever. But damn.
Thought it was weird how he did it too. Like, he did it on Pat McAfee's show.
That was weird, but they're like best friends, though.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised.
Did you hear what he said? He was all like, if I say this on your show, you have to promise me something. He's like, well, what are you about to say? And he's like, well, I'm sure you know what I'm about to say, but you got to promise to teach my kid how to punt. So I guess Pat's going to teach Adam's kid how to punt. That was the deal.
That's funny. I mean, I'd rather be a kicker than a punter,
For
though.
real. I mean,
I'd have my dad teach me how to kick than Pat teach me how to punt.
Well, Pat wanted to be a kicker, but I think, Adam was there, and he's like, nah, you're not taking my job. So he ended up being a punter. So that's what I think happened. But still, I mean, Pat was one of the better kickers, punters in the game. So
Pat is
a good guy to learn
from. Everybody's favorite punter of all time, hands down. For a punter to have a podcast with like 500,000 subs,
right,
is outrageous. I can't even name.
There was only one other punter
3.
that was more entertaining than Pat. It was King. That's his name. King.
Marquette King.
Yep. That's his name.
Yeah, for the Raiders. Yeah. That's because he was fast. Like he was the guy that you had to worry about for fake punts.
Yeah.
Because they would punt, like, usually when you do a fake punt, you kind of snap. If you're going to run, you snap it to your little fullback that's back there, and he takes off.
Yeah.
But they would just direct snap it to Marquette King, and he would just run around.
Yeah. And he would always do something a little stupid at the end of the punt. Like, he would just do like little dances and just
exactly.
Taunt the other
Pat
team.
McAfee would just get hype.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee would just get hype as hell. Good times, man. But yeah, I can't even name like more than 3 punters probably in the NFL right now.
No.
So for
I only
a
know the
punter to be
Ravens
like,
because I just know the team, but outside of that team, not a whole lot. King.
I could name Morstead's a free agent now, but I could name him. I can do Hecker.
Yeah.
And
just
that's it.
That's the least.
Chiefs the Chiefs punter has long hair, but I don't know his name. Those are the only 3 I could even tell you about.
Just not a very entertaining position. They don't really see the field all that much.
Somehow Pat McAfee has literally become a celebrity. What a guy.
Good for him.
But yeah, so now we move on to the AFC East. We have, obviously, you guys know the teams in the AFC East. We have the Dolphins, Patriots. Oh my God, it's been a long day, guys. I've been recording a lot of stuff today. Dolphins, Patriots, Bills, and the Jets. So we're just going to go in that order. We'll start with the Dolphins, man. So obviously they went. Oh my gosh, I closed my tab. I think they were 11-5, right?
They were the 10 or 11. I want to say.
Okay. Well, they basically they were on the fringe of the postseason. They missed it in the last week. And yeah, they got a lot going on there. They got a pretty young team. Their defense was insane last season. And the biggest question mark on the team really is Tua. Yeah. It's like, is he going to be good or not? Like, obviously he's already good, but is he going to be really good or not?
Yeah, they were 10-6.
They were 10-6. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So they missed the playoffs by one game because they basically. Oh, I remember now. They got shit on by the Bills.
Yeah. So if they would have won the game, they would have been in. It was a win and in type of deal.
That's right. I remember that now.
The Ravens got helped out. Yeah.
They got absolutely obliterated by the Bills. That the Bills didn't even need to win that game.
Someone paid the
Dolphins fans. Dolphins fans were so mad because Josh Allen was playing. They're like, "Bro, you don't even need to win this game, man.
Take a seat." No.
Nah, man. Get in the playoffs fair and square, boy. Sit down. You had the best defense in the NFL almost. You had like a top 5 defense, and you gave up like 60 points to the Bills. That's not their fault.
I mean, no one got shunned out of the playoffs harder than the Giants, though. Let's be real.
That's true. They literally got.
We'll go over that another day, but just if we're talking playoffs and getting shit on, poor Giants. But anyway, they shouldn't. That entire division shouldn't have even been in the playoffs. If we're being real.
That's true.
Anyway, but yeah,
man. So we have guys. Everywhere I look, seems to be only one team that still has their eyes open for Deshaun Watson news, and it's the Dolphins. Everywhere I look, anytime I'm scrolling through Twitter and I see a random article website, anytime I'm scrolling through anything and I see Deshaun Watson news, it's always the Dolphins. And it's interesting because if they do that, they're trading Tua to Houston. So I guess the first question is, if you're Tua, obviously you got to block out that kind of stuff, but would that fuck with you a little bit? That they might just give up on you that fast, potentially?
I would say yeah.
Like obviously, like they're definitely telling him like, no man, it's your job. But you know how it's a business, bro. They will move on from you ASAP.
Like I get how this would affect his mentality, but I think that move would speak more about the front office. Like they have no faith in Tua. So they're willing to, because like they just got this kid last year. I mean, So I mean, you have the Bengals rocking with Burrow. They're not looking for Watson, but you have the Dolphins looking for Watson. So it just tells you like why? Like you don't believe in this kid. You didn't think Ryan Fitzpatrick taught him enough. It just shows the faith.
Yeah, the fact they even pondered it, I guess, right? Because like you said, the Bengals are not even listening to anything about Joe Burrow.
No.
Same with the Chargers and stuff. Right. So, that's a good point. It is interesting, though. I mean, first of all, if Tua goes to Houston, his career is over.
Yeah, I mean that's a death trap.
He is not going to be successful there. He's not like the way where the team is right now. He will fail there. They just gave him all these weapons, him or whatever their plan is for Deshaun, whatever it is. They just got all these receivers in here. This is where he can succeed at because the defense is really good. So even if he fucks up, it's okay because the defense will get the ball back for you. Whereas you go to Houston, I mean, you got to drop 50 every game to win. But yeah, I mean,
I just don't see why Tua would fail. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like you invested in this kid, you got him in the draft. He was your first pick, and then you're surrounding him with guys like Fuller, Waddle, Parker, Jakeem. So it's just like you got a bunch of fast guys on the field. Like they're going to get open.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I just don't see. I don't understand that rumor. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's just, why?
Because that'll lead us into the second question of like, if you're the Dolphins, are you still even like, if the Texans call, would you even make that trade at this point?
I mean,
in June,
if they get that call. I mean, well, obviously you don't want a quarterback that doesn't want to play for you, because that's just an issue of leadership.
I'm saying
it's just not going to be. People are not going to want. They were already having a problem. Like I remember the J.J. Watt speech. He's just saying like how nobody wants to be here, and if you don't want to be here, you shouldn't be playing because we literally get paid millions of dollars to play a game. This is not a job; it's a game.
Yeah.
I might be getting it backwards, but just in general, they probably don't want people that don't want to be there. If that's why they got rid of
Yeah.
JJ, that's why they got rid of Hopkins. So I feel like I would take the trade just for the sake of trying to save the morale of the team, but
That's true.
I don't know.
What if you're what if you're the Dolphins and the Texans call you and say, "We'll trade you Deshaun Watson for Tua, a first round
So you
pick"?
got to be careful because
Yeah.
that could hurt the morale of the Dolphins. Like, because
Right.
you got to think that the locker room, like, they're like, okay, this is going to be our guy. He's going to be our leader. We got to listen to this guy. This is the new culture. This is the new era. And then now they're like, never mind. Forget about what we just told you for the past year with Tua. We're going to bring in Watson. Like, I'm sure, I don't know how
Yeah.
the locker room would feel just switching from quarterback to quarterback to quarterback. I mean, they've already been switching quarterbacks for so long, and they're like, okay, now we have some consistency with Tua. Now we're about to switch again for Watson. Like, I don't know.
That's true.
Watson's more obviously Watson has proven himself, but Tua, I mean, why? I don't know, man. It's a tough one. I can
guess
just see how it would affect each team.
I think for me, it's like for the Dolphins specifically, not for trading for Deshaun Watson in general, but for the Dolphins specifically, because of the legal stuff, it's too late. I think like you're already moving into OTAs with Tua. You know what I'm saying? Like if they could have made this trade in
It's
March,
true.
it would be different because you would have had this whole off season with Deshaun. Like I almost feel like it's too late in for this scenario. Now, if you're a shitty team like
Exactly.
who needs a quarterback? Trying to think of who needs a quarterback real quick.
Broncos, Eagles.
The Broncos. Yeah, yes, exactly. If you're the Broncos and you got Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock, you just say, fuck, I don't care what time of the year it is. You're offering Deshaun Watson, I'm trading for him. But when you have Tua already, it's kind of like, okay, well, I feel like trading Tua for Watson is too on the fence to where now it's too late, in my opinion.
No,
You just gotta just
I agree
rock
because
out with the
if
cock
you're in
out.
OTAs, I mean, you're starting to build that chemistry with your players.
Right.
And then if you bring Watson, like now you got to refill out the chemistries and create, because they're family. If you think about it, like these guys, they go on the road together. They're always playing together. They honestly, they probably play this game more than they see their own families. So when you start like building these bonds and chemistries with these people, it could definitely affect it if you bring in Watson now. The longer you wait, the worse it's going to be. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. And honestly, like, you could almost get away with waiting until next season. I don't even know if they're going to be able to trade Deshaun Watson this
You
year
might sit on the
anyways.
bench.
Yeah, he might just sit out, honestly, because like the legal stuff is obviously their asking price is going to be higher than what people are going to pay pending the legal stuff. So it's kind of like if the legal stuff doesn't go away, I don't know if they're even going to be able to move him until after the season anyways, and then you'll know what you have with Tua or not. So
Yeah, I think
he might
that's
be
what I
sitting
would
pretty.
do.
I would wait. If he gets traded somewhere else, then so what? Believe in your rookie quarterback that you drafted, what, number 3 overall? Like, don't.
Yeah. And then you'll have other quarterbacks
just
available,
bail.
like Russell Wilson. So it's not like it's going to be a dead
Yeah.
market. You'll still have some guys to choose from.
Exactly. And it's not like he played bad. I mean, you look at the things he has to work on. Like, all he has to do, and I say all he has to do like it's easy, but all he has to do is just make his reads faster and, understand what a throwing window in the NFL, like what open means in the NFL.
Just honestly manage the game. Like, this kind of goes into our
yeah,
next
just manage-
point
that's
with
what I'm
the
saying,
defense.
yeah.
Like, you still have a pretty strong defense that you can kind of rely on in tough games. Like, you got
Just don't turn it
Howard,
over. Just play
Xavier
smart.
Howard. I mean, I know they lost a few guys like Godchalk and Kyle Van Noy, but it's still pretty strong. Like, they were top 5, I believe. So
Yeah.
I doubt they're falling that far. So, I mean, as long as Tua makes good enough reads to just manage the game and rely on your defense, I mean, I don't see why he would fail.
Yeah. I like his mechanics. I like his mobility because he's not like a running quarterback, but he can kind of scoot to the outside.
It's kind of like a
throw on
Kyler
the run if he
Murray
has
type,
to.
I would say. Like he
Yeah,
throws
something like that.
first.
Right. Yeah, like him, Kyler Murray, like Justin Fields, those 3 guys kind of all in the same play style where like I guess I'll run if I have to, but I really want to throw dots though.
Yeah. Because I remember there was this one game I was watching with Kyler, and they were saying, like, if he literally did not run, they were expecting to run. And they were like, why wouldn't you use the quarterback who has wheels? And then as soon as he started running, because he's been passing so much, then the run game opens up because like, all right, he's already passed 3/4 out of the game. He's not going to run, but then you start running the fourth quarter, he actually make plays. So using that example there too, it could be like that. Just throw for most of the game, and then the defense is kind of like, all right, well, he's not going to run this game. We're going to go ahead and sit back, and then there you go. Tua's going to take off. So.
Yeah, they start getting lazy with the spy calls. Yep. They're like, no, don't worry about the quarterback. Same thing was happening with Taysom Hill when he started. Every announcer was like, well, why aren't they using Taysom Hill on the ground? Well, they did in the fourth quarter when the team wasn't expecting it anymore.
Exactly.
And he would run you over. So, yeah, that makes sense. And then to help him even further, I mean, the wide receiver, the core that they've built all of a sudden, like, it has been pretty god-awful. Devontae Parker has been riddled with having a new quarterback every 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So he hasn't been able to be consistent, but I think he will now. And then you have Jakeem Grant, who's a deep threat, mostly. I guess he's mostly there for your kick returns and stuff, but you can still throw him out there once in a while. You got Will Fuller, who's fast as hail, and he's on them PEDs, so he's about to go nuts.
He's just hiding a little better.
Waddle. Yeah, and people talking about Jalen Waddle like he's Tyreek Hill or something. So he's got the weapons now. Running backs are okay. He's got the weapons to move the ball in offense. And then, he had one of the highest drop rates from receivers on like accurate open passes.
Yeah.
I don't have the stat in front of me, the percentage, but I've seen it a million times because I follow some Dolphins people on Twitter. And so I know that when it comes to receivers, first of all, I think it was drops, and then also he had the lowest. His receivers had the lowest separation rate of any receiving core in the NFL. So they're not getting open either.
So you had a guy mentor you, like Ryan, mentor you this almost the entire last year, and then you got some best receivers who have the ability to get open. So all the excuses are gone.
Yes, I think he can. I mean, I pull for him. I don't have a reason to hate Tua.
It's almost like a Danny Dimes situation. Like, hey, we got your receivers. You had a mentor.
That's true.
Put up or shut up, or we're going to get Watson.
That's true.
So
and then we move on to their defense, and like we said earlier, they were. I don't know where they ranked. Obviously, every source is going to rank teams differently, but the eye test would suggest that they were like around the top 5 in defense last year.
Yeah.
And a lot of that had to do with the just explosion onto the scene of Xavier Howard. Like, he's always been pretty good, but like, I mean, he was just picking off everything. Now, the question about whenever somebody gets a lot of picks, I always wonder, like, is that because you look at somebody like Richard Sherman, for example, and he doesn't get that many picks because nobody throws over there. So it's like, is Xavier Howard getting all these picks because Byron Jones is better? But
that's exactly
if that's the case, does that even matter? Who gives a shit? Because you can't throw on Byron Jones' side, and now you also can't throw on Xavier's side. Do you have 2 studs, or is he a one-hit wonder? I don't know. I like Xavier Howard, but he kind of just came out of nowhere. So I gotta see it again, because we've seen a lot of cornerbacks like bust onto the scene one year and then disappear.
But here's the thing: like, we've talked about this before. Like, even if his picks go down next year, that doesn't necessarily mean he's worse. It just means he's not getting targeted. He's, the quarterbacks are looking over there and they're like, nope. And then they'll try Byron or maybe somebody, maybe the slot corner, but just in general.
Whenever a corner has one seat, like whenever a corner jumps on the scene with a lot of picks, if you see their pick numbers fall down the next year, you have to look at the other stuff, the targets and the completion percentages next to the picks, because the picks doesn't always tell the story. Like Marshawn was a good example. He had I think 9 or 10 picks in his rookie season, and everybody was like, oh my God, Marshawn. And then he had 2 the next season, but it was because nobody was throwing over there.
Yep.
Yeah. So it doesn't always, sometimes not getting interceptions actually means that you're balling. But if you have 11 interceptions like he did, that means if they throw the ball to you, you're catching it and not the other player. So both ways is good. Both things are good signs. Dolphins, playoff contenders next year, I think.
Now, let's end it with a question.
Go for it.
What's their record going to be? Prediction. Not a power ranking, just a rough record. How many wins do you think they'll get?
So they were 10-6 last time?
They were 10-6. So they go 10-7?
No, I'll give them 11-6.
11-6.
I think they're going to be almost the same. Not because there's a lot of things that go into it, not because necessarily they didn't get any better, but like we're going to talk, first of all, this division, which we're going to continue talking about, is kind of nice. And then just the AFC last year, every team was goddamn good. It's hard to, have a really good record over there. I don't think they're not like the Chiefs. So I think 11-7, 11 or 12 wins probably is my guess.
I'll go 10-7. I think they take a step back just because there's a lot of pressure on Tua, and I think this whole entire Watson is going to affect his mentality.
And he doesn't have Fitz to save him like he did against the Raiders.
Yeah, that, and Fuller. I don't know, his PED situation might get better or not, and the run game. I think it took a step back because you lost Breida. But in general, I do like the state of this team. I think, they could prove me wrong. I'm just saying that's just a way too early prediction. It's only June, guys.
Oh yeah, we're just pulling shit out of our ass at this point. Okay, and we move over to the Pats. The Piats, as I called them earlier for no reason.
Yeah.
Guys, the Patriots went absolutely crazy in free agency. Now, we don't know if that's going to help them or not, but they did.
They went nuts.
Basically, their whole roster is different. Starting with the offense, they bring in, I might have forgot some people, guys, but they got in Kendrick Bourne, Aguilar, Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry. I feel like they drafted a receiver.
They brought back Trent Brown.
Yeah, Trent Brown.
That's on offense. Defense, they did Judon, Jalen Mills, Gottschalk. They just went nuts.
Van Noy. They went crazy, man. They went, where did they go, 6-10 last year? And
I can check real quick. I got it up. They went 7-9.
7-9, excuse me. So they went 7-9, and that was like their first losing season in like 100 years, and they just had enough. One losing season was enough. They're like, nope, we're not doing that. So I think the interesting dynamic here is Cam, because he's only there for a year. They just drafted Mac Jones. And so really, if you're Cam Newton, you're trying to save your career right now because you're going to be a free agent again, and they're not going to bring you back, I don't think, because they're going to move on to Mac Jones, I believe. Yeah. And so you're going to be a free agent. You got to prove this season why somebody else should sign you on as a starter. And otherwise you're a backup, and he's already said he doesn't want to do that, so he might just leave. Yeah. So very interesting. Got all these weapons.
Now that's the thing. Let me get into the weapons real quick. So, you have Bourne, who's still young, but definitely a star. Then you have Aguilar, who dropped he had the most drops in the entire league, I believe. Jonnu, obviously he's good. Hunter Henry's good. So it's just like, okay, this revamped, quote unquote, weapon overhaul. Is it as good as people think it is?
No, not really, but it's still way better than they already had. And don't forget, they're still just sitting there waiting for N'Keal Harry to do something.
Yeah.
At wide receiver as well. So, and then they have good running backs. So it's kind of an all around
because when I compare their weapons, their wide receivers to the rest of this division, you think about Diggs, you think about Elijah Moore, you think about you got Waddle and Fuller. I was just like, do they have the worst wide receiver core in this division? And
they probably do, but they already did. Yeah, they made it a little bit better.
So it's just more. I think Cam still has a lot of pressure to perform here, and then you got Mac riding your ass. Looks like Belichick's son coming out of here. And you're like, I don't know, man. It's just.
Oh my gosh.
Then Edelman's retired, so it's then you lost your most reliable leadership as far as the guy who's going to teach these kids how to run routes and catch. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah, losing Edelman can't overstate locker room presence like that. So Cam Newton has to be the leader now. I'm sure he already was, but Edelman definitely was his right-hand man in the locker room situations. Now it's all on him. And
know, man. That's just.
I know that every player in the NFL believes in Cam Newton, so the team's not going to give up on him.
No.
But he's just going to ball out. Just ball out, Cam. Come on, man. You got this, bro. You're not trash. You know how to play football. He threw at an extremely accurate rate last season for him, but he just didn't throw that much because, especially in the red zone, because his receivers were garbage. He had to run it in himself. He had the most rushing touchdowns he ever had in the season, I think.
Like I saw the Patriots like evolve with Cam almost. Like they got Damian Harris to actually run the ball, and Cam's running. I've never seen the Patriots run more. Honestly, ever since I've ever started watching football, I've never seen the Patriots run this much.
Yeah, and that could be good. That could help. Now they know how to run, but now they can pass.
Yeah.
You already talked about the defense, but Judon Mills. Oh my gosh, man, they've done what they can. They kept Gilmore,
but they might
a lot
lose
of people
McCourty.
Were wondering. They might lose McCourty, but how much does he have left?
Yeah,
they replaced him with Mills, so
yeah.
But yeah, it's just like everybody kind of was wondering if they were going to trade Stephon Gilmore, but they didn't, not yet. So he's still there. Defense is nice.
It seems like
you look at how much money they spent in free agency, though.
Yeah,
you can't miss the playoffs after that.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like,
he
dumped a bag on these guys. I think Judon, like, he got paid. I'm kind of glad he left.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Aguilar's getting like $10 million a season.
It's just, if you're a Pats fan, do you want Cam to be your quarterback, or are you ready for Mac? Because I feel like every time that I talk to a Pats fan, it's just like they're more excited about Mac, and I'm like, he was probably out of the 5 quarterbacks you could be drafting, he was probably the worst one. And it's just like, I don't know.
I don't like Mac Jones for some reason. Something about him just pisses me off.
I just don't get it. Like, I would want Cam to succeed. I would want Cam to get out of this funk, this injury, post-injury.
I definitely don't want, if I'm a Patriots fan, like, you guys might like Mac Jones, but not yet.
No.
You better hope he doesn't have to play till next year at least.
Let him develop.
Rookie Mac Jones is going to throw some picks, boy.
I mean, he came from Alabama. I get that. But look who he had surrounding him.
Yeah, if he's not, if you're at Alabama and you're not playing LSU, it's not comp, okay? Like, did he play well against LSU? Yes. But, I mean, that's the only team with corners capable of even trying to guard the receivers that he had at Alabama. So, Notre Dame couldn't do it. Clemson couldn't do it. Ohio State couldn't do it. LSU was the only one. So, he didn't have that much top flight secondary in college as, I guess I shouldn't say that because obviously they do, but he didn't have the difficulty that some of these other quarterbacks have in college with their receivers getting open. But you could say the same thing about Joe Burrow, and he's playing just fine, so who knows? But I guess that's the main question is, will Cam shit the bed and let Mac Jones take his job during the season, or does he not start until next year?
Do you think there's a quarterback battle right now going on, or do you think Cam definitely has that?
No, I think
starting spot?
Well, there's always a quarterback battle.
Well, they say that.
I think, but you don't sign Cam Newton for 1 year, 16 if he's not going to start.
Right.
And they already knew they were drafting a quarterback when they did that. Bill Belichick's not the guy that's going to throw his rookie quarterback in first year unless he absolutely has to. So Cam's going to start. And if they're 4-4, 3-5, something like that, he might be in trouble. But if they're in the playoff hunt with Cam, he should be fine.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick just wants to win the games. That's it. Yeah. It doesn't matter. If we just drafted you in the first round, you can sit there. Let's say Cam Newton signed a 3-year contract. You could sit there for all 3 of the fucking years if Cam Newton's winning. I don't care that we just drafted you in the first round. That's Bill Belichick's mindset. So winning is winning over there in New England.
Yeah.
No matter how it's done. But
and just
more pressure. There was not a single ounce of pressure on him in New England last year, Cam, but there is now.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's true.
Everybody just assumed the Patriots were going to suck last season because Tom Brady left. So he just went in there and just whatever. Now your career is on the line for real. Because if you fail in this one, I don't see the Broncos choosing you over Drew Lock or something if you flop this season. I don't see that happening. So, like, the Saints aren't going to pick you over Jameis Winston or somebody, and all these teams. Like, I just don't see it. So you gotta show why teams should start you in 2022 because that's what you're playing for right now.
Got Superman up, man. All right, what do you think their record's going to be?
If I had to guess, it's 17. I gotta remember it's 17 weeks.
Yeah, it messes me up too.
9-8.
Damn, I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, it
9-8.
that just seems
I
like
think they improve.
yeah. I'll give them 8 or 9 wins. Yeah, this division's rough. They're the third best team. But there's the Patriots, when they had Tom Brady, bro, it was like there was not a single ounce of competition in the NFC East, except for like 1 year the Jets were good.
And Josh Allen was just now coming into the league.
Yes. Tom Brady got up out of there real quick.
He's like, oh, shit.
But now it's interesting over there in the East. Speaking of Josh Allen, Bills.
The Bills.
So, the Bills. Guys, let's be honest. The Bills' next step is the Super Bowl, man. They've put themselves in a position where that team, once you're an AFC Championship game team that brings your whole team back and signs more players and stuff, your Super Bowl expectations, your Super Bowl or bust, nothing else matters. Like, you already made it to the AFC Championship game, so that's not good enough now. If you don't get to the Super Bowl, the season sucks. And trust me, as a Saints fan for the last, how long has Breeze been here? 16 years. For all those years, trust me, that sucks. For nothing to matter if you don't get to the Super Bowl. But it's just what it is, man. You're right up there with the Chiefs now, where like if you miss the Super Bowl, your season's a flop. And to do that, you have to beat the Chiefs.
Yep.
That's
the roadblock. It's not Brady anymore. It's not Peyton anymore. It's like
the Chiefs absolutely shit on you in the AFC Championship game. So the question is, how do you get over that hump? Because it wasn't even close.
And they didn't take it very well either. Like, if I remember that game pretty clearly, like, they were pretty salty during that game. Like, they started, fighting a lot, and it was just, it got ugly.
They were not happy.
They were pissed.
The Bills were not happy at all, but they did add Emmanuel Sanders to their offense. I mean, they got weapons on weapons over there now. Defense is still kind of questionable, which is weird because when Tom Brady was in there, the Bills were always known for their defense.
Yep.
And now it's like the reverse opposite. They have Tre'Davious White and Poyer. But
you got Micah Hyde, right?
Micah Hyde as well, yeah. The safety core is really nice. They have good defense. This is not great. Their D-line's not the best. Their run game isn't the best on offense. That's really what happened in the Chiefs game is like
but they got Breida.
The Chiefs didn't even care about you running the ball, bro.
Yeah. If Breida can come back to his former glory over there in the 49ers.
Yeah, Breida's got
he's fast, boy. Use him.
He's their only hope. He's their only hope over there, I think, because the Chiefs are just next level. And you, like I said, settling for getting to the AFC Championship game is simply just not good enough now. When you've already been there and you got an MVP level quarterback, it's Super Bowl or bust every single year, and it sucks, Bills fans. Trust me. I've been blessed to have a Super Bowl or bust team probably like 10 out of the 15 years that Drew Brees was playing. Because there was like 5 years where we sucked on defense. But other than that, it was Super Bowl or bust, and it blows. It blows when you lose in the playoffs when you're Super Bowl or bust because you feel like your whole season was just a waste of your time. But, that just is what it is. Can Josh Allen win the MVP this year? With all the questions about Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes kind of doesn't seem to care about the regular season that much at this point in his career anymore. Can Josh Allen step in there and win MVP?
I think he can. It's just a matter of, does Aaron Rodgers want to keep, I don't know. I've never seen an MVP go twice in a row.
Right.
And Russell Wilson, if he gets over that 6-game hump of just, playing great and then, falling off, and then you got, does Lamar want to come back to his 2019 self? I don't know. Yeah. You got some competition. Patrick Mahomes, obviously. But I think he can do it.
Does Mahomes try in the regular season or not? Really, is the only question. If Mahomes tries in the regular season, nobody's ever going to win MVP again. But if he just kind of coasts through like he did last year, I know he had that little toe injury or whatever. But if he just kind of coasts through the regular season, Aaron Rodgers already proved what he needed to prove last year. He doesn't necessarily have to go out there and win MVP again.
I think he wants it, though.
I think he'll want it if he goes somewhere else.
Ooh.
I think if he gets traded somewhere else, he'll want to be like, yeah, fuck you, Packers. Watch this. But if he stays in Green Bay, I just genuinely think that he's not going to want to be there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's gonna even really like. Obviously, he's Aaron Rodgers and he wants to win, so he's gonna care. But like, is he gonna care? You know?
Yeah. I mean, how many
I think
NFC
Josh
Championship
Allen,
games do you want to take the Packers to just for them to
yeah.
kick for it? You know, or what they do? Yeah, I forgot what they did. Stupid.
Like all the guys, like the guys we're talking about right now, like Rodgers, Lamar, Mahomes, they've already won MVP.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
I feel like when you're young, it's like, bro, I gotta get MVP, man. I gotta be the best. And so once you get it, you kind of just like, okay, that was cool. If I get it again, that's fine, but I'm not gonna sweat it, you know. So that leaves Josh Allen and of course Russell Wilson as the two guys that are like, okay, well we haven't got ours yet. Like, come on. And like you said, Russell Wilson's always gonna fall off about week 8. So.
Or if Dak wants to bounce back really nice from his comeback.
That's true, Dak. Yeah, because he was number 1 before he got hurt. You know what, dude? I'm actually gonna call, and we're gonna do predictions later in the offseason. Josh Allen's winning MVP, bro.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say that for sure, 100%.
Damn.
This is too much. The way they play offense, combined with the receiving core and like tight ends that he has, combined with his accuracy improvements and stuff.
Diggs is hungry too, boy.
He would have won. He probably would have won this year, honestly, if Aaron Rodgers didn't just fucking go nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think not only
it's his time.
Diggs is hungry. Like I've seen a lot of his tweets lately. Like this man wants 5 rings. He just wants everything. And then he's the only guy on the Bills who stood there on the field and watched the Chiefs make it to the game. Like everybody went to the locker room, and you got Diggs just standing there like, I got this.
When players stay on the field or like the basketball court or whatever while the other team is celebrating after a playoff win or whatever, dude, those are always the most terrifying players.
Yes.
Remember Dwight Howard sat there and watched the Lakers celebrate a championship, and this motherfucker came back, bro. I swear to God. Dwight Howard was out here he was trying to be the best NBA player of all time that next season. It was crazy.
So when you have a guy like that on your team, that's going to make you look even better. Josh Allen, man, he could win MVP.
Yeah,
he might.
Stephon Diggs, honestly, Stephon Diggs got a lot of a chip on his shoulder as well because everybody think he oh, you had one good season. Like, no, I actually think he might be top 5, maybe top 3 receiver in the whole league, and he's got a chance to prove it right now.
Yeah. I mean, and then you get Sanders in there too. You already have Cole Beasley.
Sleep on Emmanuel. Emmanuel Sanders, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, they did lose John Brown though, didn't they? To the Raiders.
They went to he went to the Raiders.
Oh well, who cares?
Still fine. I mean,
they got Gabe Davis as well, so it's like whatever, man. And last and always least.
What about the record though? Bro?
But
the record.
Oh shit! The record. Oh shit. 13-4.
I'm gonna say 14-3.
Okay.
Yep. I'll say they win one more.
All right. Last and least, the Jets. But they might not be least and last for long over there in New York. They probably will because they're the Jets, but you never know. Man, where do you start with the Jets?
Zach Wilson.
I guess you start with Zach Wilson. And since Adam Gase is not there, will Zach Wilson adjust to New York and the NFL better than Sam Darnold did? I'm a firm believer that Adam Gase sold Sam Darnold's career in the first couple of years there. And so him being gone, and not to mention he has weapons. The Jets have weapons, guys. Can you believe it? Jamison Crowder, Corey Davis, Moore. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, it seems like he just has everything. I just... My biggest worry is, like, how many first-round picks are you going to go through that are quarterback before, you start actually, like, investing? Like, okay, are they going to give Zach Wilson 3 years? And they're like, all right, he's not the guy. Move on. Another first-round pick. Like, I don't know, man. It's just crazy.
Whenever it's like Zach Wilson's really good, right? But whenever somebody gets drafted by the Jets, I just am prepared for them to fail. I don't know what it is. But Robert Saleh comes in and it brings a whole players love him. Brings a whole new culture and hype to the Jets they haven't had since I've been alive. Even when Rex Ryan was the coach, I mean, they didn't have hype. They were just good. They had good defense. But, bringing him in there was a good signing. I think they have a lot of young talent over there, mixed with some, vets, sort of. Like Marcus May, sort of a vet, but not really, but like kind of. He's like 26. Jamison Crowder's 27. So it seems like they did a really good job in the offseason.
Yeah.
With obviously the draft, and then, they got Carl Lawson. They signed a couple other guys. I like what they've done so far.
Just my question is, can you put it all together? It's really cool that you've got all these pieces. It's almost like the Patriots. It's almost the same question. It's like, all right, you got this whole new wide receiver core, Crowder, Davis Moore. You got this cool new defense. You got Carl Lawson. Just all right. What do you do with it? Can you put it all together? Can you actually compete against the Bills? Can you compete against the Patriots, Dolphins? I don't know. I
suppose I think what's going to hold them back this year is secondary is not very good.
No, still.
So their offense has improved, but their secondary isn't very good. I think what you'll see from the Jets this year is what you saw from the Jets the last 3 weeks of the season, 4 weeks, whatever that stretch was, where they started to almost win or
Rams.
Win. Yeah, should have beat the Raiders, stuff like that. Where they blew their number 1 pick chances. I think that Jets, they're going to be able to compete more. I don't know if it's going to translate into more wins. Well, it will, but a lot of wins.
Because you have anytime you have a rookie quarterback with brand new weapons,
mostly
it takes a while for that chemistry to build.
Yeah, we say that sometimes, not all the time.
No.
Sometimes you got Justin Herbert come in there, just throw for 400 yards every game like it's nothing.
Yeah, that's crazy. That doesn't happen. But I mean, it takes a while. It takes a while. The best chemistry I can probably see happening right away is probably Zach and Elijah, just because they're both rookies. They're gonna have a lot to prove. Obviously Crowder, he's a kind of, I guess, the vet of the, and then you got Corey Davis, who was supposed to be really good until AJ Brown came along and ran him out of there. But it has a lot of potential. Like I said, when I'm talking about this, when I say this receiving core might be better than the Pats, that should tell you a lot about how I feel about this one.
Yeah, they did well. Think about Zach Wilson coming in right away. He played at BYU. There's not a lot of competition there in terms of it's kind of like Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance is going to take a minute to adjust because he played at North Dakota State. Carson Wentz did too, and it took him a minute. You know what I'm saying? And eventually he almost won MVP, so it's possible. But the first season, there's a growth period of at BYU, when you play at BYU with Zach Wilson, motherfuckers are just open all the time.
Yeah.
When you come play for the Jets and you're lining up against Stephon Gilmore, it's not the same.
Tre'Davious White.
It's Tre'Davious White, bro. It's not. Xavier Howard, Byron Jones.
Uh-huh.
It's different, bro. You got to adjust. But, hey, I like what the Jets are building. I just absolutely love their head coach choice. That's what gives me hope for the Jets.
I definitely think they're
every
on the
time
right.
You hear somebody, when somebody talks about Robert Saleh, they just get the biggest smile on their face. Look what he did for them. The 49ers defense was insane with Robert Saleh. Got to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback, bro. That's not normal. That's not what you do. You don't go to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback unless your defense is crazy.
Yeah, it's true. Honestly, for the Jets' sake, the past 2 draft years, you guys went off. You had 6, I want to say almost close to 6 to 10 picks the past 2 years. Totally got a brand new defense. You got Zach Wilson, Elijah Vera Tucker, Mekhi Becton, Denzel Mims, Elijah Moore. Make all of these picks mean something. And I know you have a couple of studs on defense, like Marcus May and maybe Ashton Davis. If you want, I don't know. There's a couple of Brian Poole. I get it. Quinton Williams. Just put it all together. I don't want to see you guys be. It's almost like the Browns. Like I'm tired of I'm sure they're tired of it, and we're tired of seeing them be bad. It's time for a change.
Let's play defense, Jets. Mark Sanchez had you on the AFC Championship. It's possible, okay? Let's play some defense. If he can do it, anything is possible, man. Anything is possible. All right, Jets records. So they won 2 games. They were 2-14. Jesus Christ.
I'll say 6-11. I think they improve, just not. They're
more 5-12.
They're missing some defense. That's all. Zach Wilson can't play on defense, 12. Guys.
I think they almost get swept by the division. I think they take the Patriots out in New York or something. But
yeah, they probably they'll lose one, win one, they'll split.
Yeah, but then they'll get shit on by the Bills.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Dolphins and the Bills. Yeah, sorry, Jets.
Oh man, guys, when we do our we don't know the schedule. We're just guessing. When we do our preseason predictions, we'll know the schedules and we'll have a more reason for why we're doing these records. Right now, we're just going off the top of the head, like a gut feeling type of thing. So yeah, 5-12. I mean, if you listen, it's okay to go 5-12. Jets. Improvement is improvement, man. You don't have to just jump from lottery to the playoffs in one season. It's growing pains out here.
Yeah, unless you're the Cardinals, who have the blueprint to go from trash to almost competing in the playoffs.
Or if you're the Saints and you're 2-14, but then you happen to sign one of the best quarterbacks of all time as a free agent, that's a little bit different. But most of the time, if you're building through the draft like the Jets, it takes a couple years, man. It takes a couple years. No shame in going 2-14, 5-12, 8-9, and then being 12-5. No shame in that at all.
Wow. All right. So we have all 4 teams. Yeah, I mean, it seems like the Bills are going to take it again.
Yeah, it looks like we have the Bills winning and the Dolphins maybe being a wild card team.
Same as last year. I don't think a whole lot changes.
Yeah, it is the same.
The
top stays the same, but the bottom 2 teams move up. They win a few more games. That's all.
Yeah, I think they're more competitive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, guys, if you're a Dolphins fan, I said the same thing as you, bro. Pates fan.
Pats.
Bills, or Jets fan. Let us know how you feel about our analysis of each of these teams. We spent a little bit of time on this, not really, but just kind of. And I mean, hopefully we did them justice. We try to talk about every single thing that's going on with that team, all of the hot topics, rumors, movements, free agency splashes, all of that stuff. We try to cover all of it. But I mean, if you think we left something out, or if we should reconsider something, I'm sure we're going to come back to a power ranking eventually, like in the preseason, like he said, and then we'll have that evaluated into these power rankings. But I think we did a pretty good job. Obviously they're not perfect. There's gut feelings and how we think all of these off-season moves impacted each team. And yeah, I mean, let us know what you guys think. We want to see you guys interact with the channel and leave comments, and it's fun, guys. We just want to see what you guys think.
Yeah, man. Also, we just want to throw out an apology that this is going up on not Wednesday.
Yeah,
that's our bad. It was a 3-day weekend, and we just got thrown off. We thought yesterday was Monday, and
it happens, guys.
It'd be like that sometimes, but we didn't miss. Hey, we still posted. We didn't miss a week. We're good.
As long as we stay
man,
consistent,
if you guys enjoyed, exactly. As long as we're in there, bro. We'll be more on top of it when the season actually starts, bro. Nobody cares about the off season like this.
Yeah, we're doing this in June. Come on, guys. At least we got something coming out. You probably don't see a whole lot of podcasts making football content in June. Just saying.
Yeah. At least not as in depth as they probably just talk about random shit. But yeah, man, if you guys enjoyed, smash a like, subscribe, please. I don't know, we're at 27.
Help the boys out. Come on. Tell your friends.
35. 35 subs from this video, boys. Come on, we can do it. The grind is slow but worth it over here on the Year Turbs. It really is. So, yeah, man. That's it. That's it for the AFC East. Next week, we go ahead and we do the the best division in the NFL, the NFC East.
Wait, we just...
That'll be fun. That'll be fun.
You said we're doing the AFC East?
NFC East.
The NFC East. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
That'll be a fun one.
Oh, boy.
If anything, there was a lot of movement in the NFC East, though, so that's good. There's things to talk about.
Oh, yeah, true. I don't know how I'm going to rank them. We'll have to do some homework this week, boys.
But yeah, that's it, man. Next week we will be posting on Wednesday.
Yes.
And yeah, appreciate y'all. Anything you guys say, man?
No, guys. Just want to thank you guys for the support as always. Guys, tell your friends. I mean, I know, like, just to be like, look at these dumbass takes that they have. Like, they just said that my Jets are trash, or this and this and this. Like, man. Honestly,
make
like,
us viral for being stupid. That's fine.
Like, even if
care.
we just sound off the wall and you don't even agree, just like
look at Skip Bayless, man.
Say something like, "Hey, man, you guys are like delusional. Like, we want to see interaction with the channel. Like, I know it's still new,
yes,
and yeah, guys, just." I mean, I appreciate you lurkers out there, but I mean, obviously, all the interaction is much appreciated. It kind of brings the channel alive, so to speak. And eventually we can get a Discord going. You know, we'll have a little bit of fun with that because, you know, obviously just interacting with the fan base is awesome. And yeah, just keep supporting. We appreciate you guys, as always.
Yeah. And guys, when we have more subscribers, we can do live podcasts too. So just saying.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
We did one for the draft, so.
Live game reactions.
Yeah. Oh, man, like Monday Night Football or something. But yeah, that's it for this one, man. We got to get up out of here so we can get this
uploaded,
ready to go. Probably have it uploaded on Thursday morning instead of Wednesday at fucking 2 a.m. So it'll be there for you guys when you wake up. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. And until next weekend, peace out.
Peace out, guys.